Have you ever faced any like issue before coming to Cuba because you are American or not?
So the years ago, actually, when I was in college, I had a communications professor, and I was in a communications program in college. She really wanted to do a study abroad program specifically in Cuba. Why? Because I was in a communications program, journalism program. She thought it would be super interesting for us to have that cultural exchange to see what journalism is like in Cuba. Yeah, right? Super cool. And the whole that year's class was like, this is gonna be so amazing.
This is gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. And at that time, there were the restrictions hadn't softened up yet. So we couldn't go directly from the United States. There was no way to go through the United States. It was going to be complicated, and the college shut it down. They were like, get that idea out of your head. You're not going to Cuba. So I was like, oh. I felt like that was my chance to see the country, and I wasn't ever going to see it other than that. And then we had the restrictions softened up in 2017, I believe. So really shortly after that, I went to Cuba for the first time. And I was so excited because it had been years. I thought I was going to be going for school, for study abroad. That didn't happen. But now it's like, okay, I'm going. And I did all the research I possibly could to just make sure my expectations were met. Because people were like, oh, there's no communication, and your cell phone's not going to work, and getting around is going to be difficult, and you have to there's two different currencies at the time. They were the two different
Imagine now that officially we have the CUP, which is the Cuban peso, but now we have the MLC, we have the euros, we have dollars. They're not official, but they can be used. So.
Yeah, the money question, I feel like, is a great thing for us to dive a little bit deeper on, too, because that is another question I get a lot, is asking about the currency, which currencies to use, how to exchange currency. Always, always, always I'm asked about the currency situation. So that's another one that I think is super important.
Well, as you wish, we can follow up the list or whatever.